The following audio experiment is presented by Dark Matter Magazine. Your voluntary participation is appreciated.
A Bolt of Lightning by Malena Salazar Macia. Translated by Toshia Kamei. Still in the delirium of fever, the boy heard his mother pray. May Suteh of the South have mercy on him. Then came her sobs and her pleas for salvation and healing. She was willing to do whatever it took to save her son. The boy had no strength left in his body. As soon as a controlled contagion began to spread in the radioactive waste treatment plant, the Gentium woman did everything possible to shield him from the guards, who were clad in their airtight suits, spewing the latest strain of virus cooked up in the resident's doctor's lab. The place was overrun with children who suffered from sickness and empty stomachs, and who clung to the feet of their parents. The Dionysi saw this as a distraction and a detriment to their colony's productivity, so they ordered a massive sterilization of laborers. Moreover, the Gentiums desired something other than what they were given. This yearning was seen as yet another problem for the Dionysi. It wouldn't take much for the Dionysi to get rid of the nuances. All they had to do was bark orders, make gestures, send messages. The Gentiums were mere objects, properties that sustained the production and wealth of their corporate masters. Sin embargo, el niño no resultó ser lo que el experimentador esperaba para sus investigaciones, y sus carnes corruptas no brindaron la solución de las demandas de los Dionysi. El experimentador tocó el cuello de la criatura, casi con ternura. Luego, lo apretó hasta hacerlo boquear. «No sirve para nada. Es un despojo genético», dijo con su hermoso lenguaje del Danae. «Decide, o el desierto o los guardianes, o tú o yo». La madre eligió a los dioses bestias, que eran el desierto, un poco más clemente que los Dionysi, que no toleraban la acumulación de cosas inútiles, de ojos desesperados en sus colonias, ni en sus industrias, y que, de cierto modo, eran prescindibles. Siempre existían más infelices, dispuestos a abandonar sus posetas de agua al bañal, dispuestos a trabajar para tener 3 comidas insípidas al día, pero comida a fin de cuentas. Un techo que no fuese de chatarra mal, amontonada con peligro de derrumbe, de desahucio y protección contra el sol, aunque fuese junto a una fosa de desechos radioactivos.